I'm currently swimming towards an island off the coast of Panama. We're in the Perlas Islands. I'm putting myself in the position of a sailor whose ship may have hit one of the reefs or hidden rocks around here. And this island is also used during the filming of the Survivor series. So it's pretty interesting because I'm going to put myself in their position and try to make fire using the only materials I find on this island. And there's the beach that I'm heading towards. It's pretty late in the afternoon, so hoping I get there soon. Alright, well I'm out of the surf. It's pretty mild here, but it's nice to get my feet on dry ground. So I'm going to take a look around and see what kind of resources I have here at hand. I think I see a little bit of trash and a lot of the pretty typical beach trees around here, types of mangroves and the like. So let's take a look around. Wow, it's might be hard to see, but the beach is covered in these brightly colored shells. Maybe if you can find live ones of these, it might be a pretty good meal. It helps to pay attention to these kinds of things. Gives you an idea of what's around, what kind of resources are at hand. I think that might be worth a look later. I was pretty lucky. I just came up on the beach and I found some rope. So this might actually help me. I'm going to collect this, and there's a bit of lead attached to it as well. So I'm going to keep this and use it for my bow drill or whatever else I need. So I'm gonna move around here and see if I can't scavenge up some other materials and put together my bow drill set. I'm losing daylight here, so I gotta start putting together all the tools and equipment I'll need for the night. But this is pretty typical of what you'll see on beaches. A lot of debris, a lot of materials being washed up. There's a large fish net here, bits of bamboo, plastic containers, a lot of types of wood. I'm going to try not to use any of the wood here because it's mostly soaked with salt. It makes it difficult to work. But I'm going to scavenge through here and see what I can't find to use. Dead pelican. Well, I don't think I really want to use a whole lot from this. It's been here a while. Could use the feathers, I guess, but you can see that looks like the hermit crabs are really picking it over. I don't think I'm going to use much from this. I'm making my way inland. I'm trying to find a decent spot to set up my fire making. Here's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some of this coconut husk. I'm trying to keep an ear out and make pause every so often. I'm trying to listen to what kind of animals are around here. I'm going to put this down. Pretty good. I'm going to need more. I keep looking around. It seems like a lot of people are making camps around here. Maybe inspired by Survivor being filmed here, maybe not. Alright, I don't know, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Picked up a couple pieces of wood, and I'm using some pieces of driftwood. Still just have a little bit of tinder, not a whole lot. And I got my string, and I picked up some interesting feathers. Now, one thing I did bring with me is I did bring my knife. But I gotta be careful because that went in the salt water with me. It's not really great for the blade. But that's the one tool that I brought with me onto this island. Let's see. So I'm gonna work on this and try and talk while I work. But I don't know. I'm hoping this wood isn't too saturated with salt. I did pick it out of a lot of the debris that's washed up on this island. Now, with the bow drill set, I want one end to be really pointed and one end to be not so pointed. So right now I'm working on kind of a pencil tip end. That's going to be my not so frictiony end. And then this side's going to be a little duller. So you got more friction. See if I can't. That's going to be my fireboard. Pretty simple. Now I got to put together a bow and string it and get a good handhold. Sometimes you get lucky, and one thing that I'm noticing around here is there's a lot of these little stones with holes in them. That might be ideal for a handhold if I can find a good one that can fit my hand can fit around comfortably. Some of these are a little too small, but I might be able to make it work anyway. They're pretty smooth, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of friction on them. But we'll have to see. I'm going to pick through some of these rocks, see if I can't find something useful amongst them. Alright, I've put together my kit, I think, and it's ready to start burning in. I've got a fireboard, I've got my spindle, I've got a stone that I can use as a handhold, it's got a little hole in it, and a pretty rough bow, so I'm really hoping this will work. There's some cloud cover moving in, it looks like it might rain. The shelter would probably be my next priority, or it really should be the first priority, but my goal is just to get on the island and make a fire. And even if you didn't have string scavenged off the beach, or you didn't bring some string with you, you could easily use some of your clothing. Most pairs of pants have drawstrings. Finding something to use for string is pretty easy if you know where to look. So I'm going to grab a little leaf here. I'm going to try and get a coal this time around. Big part of using a bow drill set is knowing how to tune it, though. So I need to make sure that this stays pretty tight, it doesn't loosen up on me. Otherwise I'm going to end up fighting the set, and when you start fighting it, it's not going to really work. You have to let the set work for you. That's how you know you have a coal. You can see the smoke coming out of the dust. You'll eventually start to see it glow. Now I just have to nurture it and make sure I can make it into a full fire. And my challenge is complete. There's my fire. So you can see, it's not impossible to make a fire. After arriving maybe 30 minutes on this island, I've got a fire going. It didn't take that long at all. I'm really impressed. I think that's really a result, but it really pays to be observant of your surroundings to get this kind of result this soon on being on a on a deserted island.